Talk, Brandon, talk.
There.
There he is.
You know, if you watch the PPR, you know I tend to make a lot of silly jokes. And one of them was about the Jackson 2 instead of the Jackson 5. And I just happened to find the Jackson 2. Brothers, tell them your name and where you're going.
Jeffrey Jackson. I'm going to the University of Chicago.
Jacob Jackson, and I'm also going to the University of Chicago.
So what? One person chooses and the other one follows along? Or did you both want this? Or how'd this come together?
You know, it was always a dream growing up that we both go to the same school and play football because I'm a quarterback, he's a receiver. And it worked at every single level. So we said, hey, why not try it out at the collegiate level? So yeah, that was the intention. We didn't know if it was going to actually work out, but it just so happened to work out for us.
So what, does he throw the idea at you and then you catch it and say, this is a good idea?
Not quite with this one. It was a little combination of the two of us. We both put our minds together and sat down and figured it would be best that we stick together. Off the football field, we're best friends, and we just couldn't let that go.
So you've thrown a lot of touchdown passes in your life. How many do you think he's been at the receiving end of?
The most that he's received the most out of anyone for sure. Because we've been playing since we were 3 and 4, and it's been a lot, especially in high school. I mean, you guys saw the numbers and everything. It's going to be a lot more in college as well.
So at that point, you're like, no, you have to come to college.
Yeah, exactly. I can't not have those touchdown catches anymore. You know, we got to keep the legacy going.
Like, I need my supply, man.
Exactly.
You can't hold out on me.
Exactly.
Talk about the school you guys had the luck to spend the last 4 years at, and what it's meant to you.
Bishops is an amazing school. You know, it was such an opportunity to go to school there. Like football, obviously, like we had a ton of success, and we're surrounded with a bunch of really good athletes. But besides football, like, the school is just an amazing place, academics-wise, and the guys on the team, like, we all put our academics first and, you know, like, study together, and, you know, it's just an awesome experience.
Lastly, you guys get to hang out in the cool city, the windy city, Chicago. So what goes on first? You're eating a pizza first, you're going to the baseball stadium, you're watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off, getting all the spots in. What are you going to do first?
Probably have to get some deep dish pizza down the street from the school.
Okay.
And then work out and start grinding for the season because we're bringing us championships to that city.
Especially after you eat the pizza.
Yeah. I agree with the second half of that. The first half, I like to skip school, so maybe the Ferris Bueller Day Off deal.
Don't let these guys ride any fancy cars. They're going to be flying out the window through the glass. Anyway, congratulations to the two of you. Proud of you. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you.
It's very good that we're talking to these two young ladies, Caitlin Hendricks and Paige Hardy, both from Bishop School. The reason why this was a good segue, who was Brandon just talking to?
Jacob Jackson is my boyfriend and his brother, Jeffrey Jackson.
Oh, that's so interesting. All right, you are going to be playing soccer where?
At Johns Hopkins University.
How'd they find you? How'd you find them?
Johns Hopkins has always been a dream of mine. I hope to be a doctor one day, and that's one of the best pre-medical schools in the country, and they have one of the best medical schools.
What field of medicine would you like to study?
I'd like to be a pediatrician. Yes.
Yeah. All right, very cool. And that's great. So you're in the perfect place.
Yeah.
And then, Paige, can you talk a little bit about what you're I have respect for you because I think your sport along wrestling, might be the most physically demanding sport.
Yeah.
No one knows. I grew up in Wisconsin where crew is really big.
Yeah.
You're a rower. Talk about what your life is like as a rower.
Oh, it's an everyday commitment. Go to practice, work out, eat, sleep, homework. It's a daily routine.
All right, now, are you team or singles? What kind of rower are you?
I'm a team sport.
So there is nothing quite. No one understands it until you've actually done it.
Yes.
Where everybody's pulling together. That is the most magical feeling on the planet.
Oh,
is that?
Great. It's a great feeling.
And you're going to be going to school?
Yeah, at Villanova University.
And how'd they find you?
Well, I kind of went to them. I showed interest in the sport, and they were like, "Yeah, like let's have you."
You know, that's the thing that people don't understand is nowadays you actually can land a school by finding them as opposed to waiting for them to find you.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the things you did.
My first year of rowing, I went on a East Coast trip, looked at all the schools. I know I wanted to go back there for college. I went to Villanova. I talked to the coach. I knew it was going to be a great fit for me, so ever since then I pursued that school.
And quickly, can you talk a little bit about the importance of club sports in your life?
Yeah, club sports has always been a great outlet for me. I've made so many friends through club sports, and some of my most lasting friendships have come from my club sport. And it's always given me an outlet to de-stress from school and my daily life, and giving me life lessons to go forward and do the best I can.
You guys are going to go back and take a test now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But why? Because you're already in. Why do you have to? Can't you just shut it down?
Well, no. I mean, what Bishops, I think, has instilled in both of us and our sports is that you need to be disciplined. And even though life can get easy and it's easy to brush it off because you don't necessarily have to do anything, you need to keep pushing.
I think what we saw was an example of why I wasn't a scholarship athlete and why you guys are. So, Caitlin Hendricks, Paige Hardy, congratulations. I think you served your high school well, and I bet you're going to do really well in life.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, where am I going now? All right, Carlos and Lisa, I think we saw an example there of discipline, lack of discipline.
Yes.
Well, at least we know
the
at least we know the kids know where they're going,
Right.
even though if we don't know where we're going.
That would be the discipline.